Hey guys, so, janky setup. I'm gonna be having a janky setup until I can get a new tripod. So I have 2 diamond paintings finished. Wendy, I'm sorry I'm running late. It's Christmas Day, and so I won't be showing my gecko. But, one of my next videos, I'll show my gecko. I just don't have time. So I got the Broken Angel done. It looks pretty good through the camera, but I stand by my assessment that this was too small of a size for this picture. Um, the only reason why I know this is her leg here, just looking at the picture head on, is because I've seen the photo. But if I hadn't seen the photo, I would not have known that that was her leg. I just maybe would have thought it was part of the shadow. Like this is the shadow on the other side of her. I would have thought that was a continuation of the shadow. So this is supposed to be a leg. I just can't tell. Um, this was not a super fun picture for me to do. I was dragging. I didn't want to work on it. I was pleasantly surprised that there was definition in the wings, because I didn't think, or at least in the large flight feathers, there's definition, but in like the smaller, we'll say pin feathers that are closer to the body, there's no definition. There's just an amalgamation of color. So, yeah, in her head, like, because I've seen the photo, I know she's got her head turned away, and it's, this is the back of her head. If I had not seen the photo, I wouldn't know that. If I hadn't seen the photo, I wouldn't know that this is her bony elbow, because she's an underweight angel. The drills were, I would say, average for, I've never had a premium kit, but I would say average from all of the paintings I've worked on so far. Would I recommend it? If you can get it in a bigger size. I mean, I guess if this is enough detail for you, go for it. For me, it's not. So yeah, Fallen Angel. If you want the link to it, let me know, and I'll try and get that for you. Yeah, I think part of my frustration is that it felt like it was 50 Shades of Grey, and this is primarily a black and gray diamond painting, so that shouldn't be a surprise. But it's like when I'd move over to the next color, let's say, I was working on number 4 and then I'd need to go to number 6. In my head as I'm pouring them out, I'd be like, oh my goodness, this looks like the exact same color I was working with. But as soon as I started placing it next to the drills that I had previously placed with the previous color, I realized there's a very slight difference. But it was boring. I was just bored. So definitely not one that I plan on keeping. The sparkle is good to me. It was just boring. And then I got done the rainbow dash hounds for my aunt. It turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the sparkles. The least sparkly color in this painting was the butter yellow right here. That's the dullest diamond. There was a lot of not so good drills with this. I mean, it turned out fine. And in my opinion, which I'm sure is the minority, I'm not seeing the different thicknesses of drills. You may notice it big time when you're placing the drills, but looking at it, you just see a canvas of sparkliness. And so for me, it doesn't bother me so much that the drills are consistently exactly the same size. Or consistently exactly the same amount of facetedness, is that a word? Probably not. But you definitely know it, putting them down, especially this hot pink right here. There was a lot of drills that were like double the thickness of other drills. And then like the butter yellows, those ones were much thinner and less faceted than all the other drills. And oh, the green. This green here, it's like a spring green. I'm not sure how it's coming through on the camera. But one thing I noticed with this green is that there are two different shades of green. I don't think that was intentional. I just think it was, inferior product, if you will, because most of the green was, we'll say 2/3 of the green was a spring green, and then a third of it was like a pea green. It was a much darker green, like a gray green. So I definitely did not use the gray greens or the pea greens, because you could definitely see the difference when it was amongst the spring green. And then the other thing I didn't like about this painting, oh, sorry, biscuit, is this is like the best example I can show you here. So these lines here, they're supposed to be that butter yellow, but how it was printed on the canvas, the printed part was green, so I probably should have continued on the green instead of putting in the butter yellow like it said. But yeah, because you can definitely see that green on the canvas between the drills, and there's a lot of spots in there that are like that, where maybe the canvas was red but it was telling you to put in the macaroni orange, but it's okay. It's okay. I think if this was like more of a realistic dachshund painting, realistically colored dachshund painting, that would definitely be a no bueno. But yeah, I like the dachshund's eyes. I love the dachshund's nose. It's harder to see in dimmer light, but in good light you can definitely see the black nose. I love dog noses. I don't know what it is about dog noses, but Chewy had the most adorable, like shorter but wider nose. We called it a monkey nose, and then he had a bald tire bottom lip, is what we called it. Ruby's got the same bald tire bottom lip. It's so cute. But I love dog noses, so I think this turned out super cute. The eyes are nice and big. I got this one done in 3 days, but that's because I was really, Temu took their sweet ass time getting this order packed. It was probably like a week and a half before they packed the order for it to be sent out. The shipping time was average, but man, were they delayed on sending it out. So, yeah, I would definitely recommend this one. Is there a lot of issues with the drills? Yeah, but here's another example. Like, there's butter yellow dotting up here, but the color on the canvas was green. So, like this dotting of light pink, but the color on the canvas was dark pink. So you can see that. But I think because it's a multicolored dachshund, that it's fine. So yeah, I'd recommend this one, even though the drills were kind of sucky in this kit. But like I said, once it's done, all you see is sparkle, so you're not going to notice that some of the dark pink ones were much thicker than the other drills. So yeah, I guess that's it, and hope you guys had a happy holiday season, and I'll talk to you later. So adios.